Properties of vectors. The question here is, simplify the expression 2 times within bracket 3 times vector A minus vector B minus within brackets vector A minus 2 times vector B. Now simplifying is simple, but each step you have to write property associated or property which you applied to simplify. That's critical. So this is a very important question overlooked by most of the students. Therefore I've taken it here. So we'll start with copying the question first. The question before us is 2 times 3 vector A minus B within brackets minus vector A minus 2 times B, right? So in the first step, what do? We can write this as, we'll multiply by 2 these things, correct? So that is our first step. Remember, inside we have vectors, correct? Since we are doing addition or subtraction of vectors, the property here will be, tell me, I'm going ahead with this operation. So I'll write 6 times vector A minus 2 times vector B, and I get minus vector A, and I get plus 2 vector B. And now you have to help me to identify what is this property called. So here these are vectors which are getting added or multiplied, and then we have a scalar outside. This property is distributive property of addition, right? So we'll write distributive. Correct? Since the vectors were being added or subtracted, right? Now what we will do is we will combine like terms. So we have 6a, and then we'll bring minus a here, and we have minus 2 times vector B plus 2 times vector B. Now when we do this, then what property did we use? So we use commutative property, right? Of what? Of addition, right? So we have commutative property correct? And now we are going to combine it. So what we will do now is we will take, in this case, a common, right? So what do we get? If we factor out a, we get 6 minus 1 times vector A, and here we'll factor out B, right? So let's say we can factor out 2 times B also, right? So we get, let's say we write plus here, and we factor out 2 times B. In that case we get minus 1 plus 1, right? Now which property did we use here? This is kind of critical. Now here what you are doing is that you have vectors here, right? And this is your scalar multiplication, right? Therefore this property is called distributive law for scalars, and that is a mistake which I have seen many times in the test papers. So it's distributive law for scalars. So that is a very critical state. Let me highlight this here. This step at times is missed or written incorrectly, right? So that makes a huge difference, and then we get our, of course, our answer, which is 5 times a, and this is 0, right? So we get 5a as our answer, correct? So that is how it has to be simplified, explaining each and every property. Remember, if we have vectors inside added and subtracted, then it is property of addition. But if inside we have a scalar, then it is law for scalars, correct? Remember that part. So this one is a distributive law for scalars, and if multiplication was involved, than it would have been associative law for scalars. So that is kind of critical thing for you to understand. Since I want all my students to score excellent marks, we don't want to lose these marks, okay? Make a note and then do your best. Thanks. All the best.